Hi everyone, it's Katherine Skaggs, and this is a May 2022 Mythical Goddess Tarot reading and an update energetically for what we have to look forward to over the next couple of weeks. I did the new moon eclipse not too many days ago, just as we came into the weekend, so it's Wednesday now, about 5 days later, and we're going to take a look at what additional energies we have to work with. Also, at the first of the month was St. Germain's Ascension Day. I just got the painting back. He wanted to sit in on the reading to see if we can bring some of his energy in and to bring that light and energy of the violet flame in to transmute any negativity, any old patterns that are born of fear or trauma, just any way we get sideways with ourselves or other people or have judgments. Got another energy coming in this morning that's been really clear about love. Get beyond judgment. Get back to your heart. Love. So those are just some of the influences that I'm aware of. Probably many more. But I always pay attention to synchronicity. As I come into a reading for myself, for others, for all of us, or just everyday life, paying attention to the messages that are in front of you. There's always messages, signs, symbols to help us along the path to wake up, to be in harmony, that help us be fulfilled and loving, to be loved. And it takes, paying attention. The other thing I've been getting guidance on lately is the importance of even 5 or 10 minutes meditation a day. More is better, or it can be. Walking meditations in nature, sitting meditations to reflect, to focus on breath, to focus on your third eye, to focus on your heart. All these are very, very important as we go down the path. Many of you may do that. But even getting back to a little bit every morning, in the midday and night, is important to help us manage our energy, as well as to have a higher perspective on how to manage life. Not just manage life, but create life with love. Whatever you focus on expands. I'll say that over and over. So I'm asking the mythical goddesses today in a 15-card spread, what do we need to know about May with these energies and all these other influences? And we're going to bring in some love and high-frequency light to help transmute any misunderstandings, any hurts or pains, so that we can love and be loved more deeply. That's going to bring harmony into our lives. It's going to help us understand what we're doing here and how to make the world a better place, starting with ourselves. So, I can't think of anything better. May is a magical month, a magical cycle. All right. So, the first 3 cards in the 15-card spread, I'll remind you, have to do with our foundation of who we are going into this month. What are the influences energetically that we bring through ourselves, that we can be the conduit between the heaven and the earth, from our spiritual selves into our physical reality? And right at the center is the Pleiadian star goddess. She's the star card. She's Aquarian energy. She is about vision, new life, bigger picture, and it's coming through us. We're in an activation to be the channel, like I said, the conduit between heaven and earth. Here, this beautiful star goddess is pouring out the blessings of the heavens. And there's a little human person with her arms open below, receiving all that light and blessings. So as we come into this month, we have lots of blessings and gifts from the heavens being given to us. And all we need is to be open to receive. This is a card of destiny also. This is our soul's destiny. We're amping up where we can hold more light in our energy bodies and our physical beings. Actually, I was doing a little bit of reading about St. Germain and the Ascension Day and the month of May, where he's coming in to bring in these higher influences that are transmuting the lower energies of negativity, old wounds from our DNA, from our ancestors, from any mistakes we've made, allowing us to hold more light. And then it's cumulative. It is expansive and exponential. So open your heart, put your arms open, and let the light in. Let the gifts come. Look for that beauty, because this is part of the gift. We're in a soul activation, personally and for humanity, to receive the blessings and the alignments of the heavens that take us further into the Aquarian age, where we wake up and are able to be visionary, forward-thinking, heart-centered, and in a way that creates in a different environment where we're able to work better with one another to bring blessings for all of us. All right. Along with that, I said new beginnings with her. We've also got the energy of the Ace of Earth. This is our earth element. This is that as we come into this new month, we have gifts from the angels that says we've manifested and will manifest. We will create. So let's align with those gifts from the heavens. We've got everything we need to bring all our gifts and blessings into a new reality, a new way of being that is very abundant. It is very creative, and everything is given. So this might be you planting your garden for this year. This could be manifesting all the gifts of not only a good garden physically, but all the places in your life that you've planted seeds to come up above the ground, that you've got help from the earth spirits and the angels. All your guides and helpers are here. So a good, great foundational energy as we come into May, bringing heaven to earth. And then we have Sophia. She is the wise woman. She is the mother of God, the Shekinah. And she is pregnant with the Christ light. She is pregnant with awareness and illumination, wisdom that comes through experience. So as a foundational energy, imagine that as we open to receive our gifts, bring them to earth, that we have the wisdom for new life and a new way of being that is born of a higher consciousness. And that it's our time to bring all of this to earth through our very beings, and that this is the foundation as we move into the month of May. I'd take that all day long. Okay. In the big picture, what do we need to know? So the big picture is, the overview of the month, the overview of what I'd consider our spiritual lessons as well as our physical opportunities. And we've got 3 fire cards, amazing, in the overview. So it's all about fire, inspiration, spirit, and illumination. At the very center, a lot of kundalini energies. So pay attention to your spiritual energy awakening in your physical self and expanding, transmuting the old and lifting you up into higher consciousness. So we've got 2 very important cards. We've got the Mother of Fire. There's a good picture of her. Kind of sorry for the light bouncing off. So she is a Kundalini card. She is about regeneration through fire. Work with fire this month to purify and to illuminate, to regenerate your physical self and your energy bodies. So pay attention in this month. If you will work with your breath, if you will work with Kundalini yoga, if you will imagine the breath illuminating the column of light from root to crown, you can start shifting out limited ways of being in your physical reality, clearing out limited patterns in your physical self and your energy bodies to bring more light, to bring more energy, some prana, chi, for illuminating your physical reality where it's not as dense as you would believe it to be. Work with these energies to regenerate your body. My healing process has been interesting. I've been working with my breath and some meditations beyond where I was doing. And I've been working at breathing the light and the fire between the cells of my body, moving from the particle to the wave in quantum physics. But getting back to where if I feel fatigued, if I will stop and breathe and connect to the earth, connect to the heavens, and I'm doing this work, I'm realizing I don't need to stay in that old pattern of physical fatigue through even a few moments of just stilling myself. So this is connected to that. Use your breath to imagine bringing the fire up through your field to clear out these limiting thoughts, limiting emotions, limiting beliefs, because we're in a time of regeneration. And it doesn't have to be that hard. I say that after a lot of challenges the last few years with my health. And yet everything is shifting. So I know we've got a lot of support to regenerate how we show up for this new reality that we're creating. A lot of fire. I'm going to be curious what's going on with solar flares this month, and the way that the fire is coming in to illuminate our bodies and our earthly world through fire, through the element of fire and breath and spirit. The other card next to her, which is another important card, is the Maiden of Fire Revolution. This is Aries energy. The other one's Sag. So all these fire energies coming in to bring us home, to be honest and illuminated, to create a revolution. That we are here this month to expand through passion and inspiration, to expand the fire through our energy into our physical reality, that we transmute and regenerate our physical form, our energetic form, as well as evolve and become revolutionary into new life, potentiation beyond where we've been. This is expanding our reality and how we see ourselves and what is possible beyond the limited ways of thinking of our old reality. Get away from the news. Be the revolutionary person for yourself and others. Be completely honest on a spiritual level. And what you choose to be aligned with. Are you aligned with your heart? Are you aligned with your spirit? How courageous are you to burn away the limited realities that keep you uninspired, that keep you stuck in an old way of being? And I'll give you a clue that these two energies are helping us with the big picture, because the other fire card is a lower arcana card. It's the 5 conflict. All these dragons are entwined. It is an energy to heal our DNA. It is an energy to heal all the old patterns born of fear, where we get stuck, where we get in conflict, where we believe that we can't change, where we believe that conflict has to be a part of our lives. It's a place where our hearts hurt. It's a place where other is not us. It is a place where we are against ourselves and one another. And this is up for transformation. Any place that you're in conflict with your choices or your choices that you have in how you are with others. There is no other. We're all in this together. We're all part of something greater. I was just writing this, I'm going to have to go back. I was just writing this in the Master's Light Wisdom Oracle. In one of the cards is that we're a drop in the ocean, but we are the ocean. So the conflict has to be purified, our thoughts, our emotions, and all the ways that we've been in discord. Everything's being offered to the fire in this month to lift it up and to transform it so that we can be illuminated beings. What a concept. This reality is one where we can move to greater heights, greater joys, and passion as we're willing to be courageous enough to throw things in the fire that do not work for us so that we can be filled with love. All right, the next 3 cards have to do with our challenges, which are also our lessons and our opportunities. The things where we have misunderstandings and we need to bring light and illumination and awareness so that we can transform. All right, right in the center, it's a card I've seen more than a few times recently. It's the Seize card, the 4 Desire. It's very lunar and Cancerian. It's all heart, compassion, caring. And, to go along with passion, this is the true heart's desires. This is what the heart wants. And when we are in conflict internally, when we have challenges and we project them into our reality, it keeps us from our heart's desires. It's impossible to align with our heart's desires if we have unhealed trauma or fears or conflicts within ourselves that we've projected into our reality. So our healing process right now in this fire is to come back to our hearts, to focus on what we truly desire. She has 3 pearls around her neck and a pearl in her hand. The pearls are wisdom that have come from challenges emotionally. And her eyes are turned inward. It's lunar, so it's subconscious. It's the deep emotions connected to our subconscious. And to really connect with that heart space is going to be our challenge and where we need to focus this month so we can clear away anything that gets away in our way of truly loving and being loved. And the pearls, I think, are such a great symbol that part of our lessons are to know that the hardest challenges around the heart are the one that produce the greatest value when we will embrace them and heal. So pay attention to your emotions. Pay attention to your thoughts connected to your emotions, your beliefs, and the way they've landed in your body. You may be healing reptilian, limited survival ways if emotional triggers come up. Take a look at them and realize that you're the creator of your reality, and that is you embrace healing your heart spaces and honoring your true desires. That you can use this fire to clear away any places that have been limited through pain, so you can open up to pure pleasure and joy, and that your heart's desires are aligning you with the purpose that you have here. To be here on this planet, to be in a body, is to love and to be loved, and to bring that into all of your reality. Big lessons, big opportunities. I say pay attention to your thoughts because one of the warning cards next to the desire that is a really big piece that we're all working on right now is fear. It's a mental suit. It is Aquarian energy too. That's the limited mind where we've buried our hearts and we're in our worries. So that being in the lessons and the opportunities right now tells me that for us to really get to that heart's desire, we must address all the thoughts that are born of fear. All the places we create conflict and chaos in our lives is born of fear. It's born of trauma. It gets stuck in your nervous system if it doesn't get cleared, and then you react and you don't know why. So this is about bringing this to your consciousness. You'll notice she has a little buried heart underneath the ground here. So it tells me that the way to heal the fear is to move to the heart. And that's the heart's desire. So these are traveling together to help us to bring healing in through that big picture of fire right now, so that we can truly have our soul's destiny that is born of love. So pay attention when your thoughts and your beliefs judge yourself or judge others. Where there's criticism, even though this is not a card of criticism, that's what can happen when we get fearful or we hide away and we shut down. So put that on the altar to be gentle with yourself and yet courageous, that you dedicate your focus to love. As you align with love, the fears will dissipate. It's not one then the other. It's like whatever you focus on expands. So if you ask for all that you need to come into a place of a loving mind and a loving heart, a loving focus, these things will begin to repair themselves, and you'll get the support that you need without trying to control where it comes from. That's the greatness of spirit and the divine, is that everything you need when you get out of the way will appear. All right, the other card in the challenges is to nurture yourself in the physical reality. So planting your garden, being on the earth, nurturing your physical environment is important, but nurture your body, nurture your emotions, nurture everything about your world. Give it love, give it attention. Use your intention for what you desire to create in your reality. So a lot of times we'll say, this is what I want. And then we go off and we get busy with other areas of our life, and our garden of life will suffer. It doesn't get enough water. It gets too much water, not enough sun. We have weeds that are in our garden. So this is symbolic both of your physical reality and the reality that you're creating from your seed ideas all the way out to your physical reality. So it might be challenging. You might say, oh, I'm too busy to go into my garden. It's like, well, do you really want to grow beautiful vegetables or flowers? Do you really want to grow a beautiful life? You need to dedicate and commit and overcome any ego-based limiting thoughts that tell you don't have time. If you want a loving relationship, if you want a healthy body, if you want a good career and work life, you must nurture it every day through your thoughts and your actions. And your presence is required for whatever you're growing in your life right now. So that's a big important thing that we need to focus on. All right, the action that goes along with these cards, even though I'm always seemingly giving some action. All right, right in the center is another Earth card, cycles. Important to know that we're in the springtime, time to plant seeds, physical reality. This is actually about expansion through your work, bringing heaven to earth. So again, we've got my dog panting in the back. I bet you can hear Sophie. So this is a symbol of infinity, that this cycle right now is one where you pay attention to the seeds that you've planted, knowing that the opportunity to bring them to earth is at hand. And just pay attention to the cycles that you're in. Honor if you're in the east, new beginnings, the springtime. Honor if you're in the summer, tending to your garden, working on boundaries, opening your heart. Honor if there's a cycle of death and endings and harvest. Honor if there's a cycle of going within and being still. These can all be present in different parts of yourself and your life at all times. Oops, that was weird. Sorry. So, pay attention, work in your world, look for expansion through all that you're planting, and just pay attention to the cycles and be a part of tending to your cycles in your life, and knowing that if you're in a difficult cycle, this will pass. Nurture yourself, pay attention to your heart's desires, clear out the fear, and it can be magical and mystical. It doesn't have to mean a long time. One of the things about manifesting and creating is that when you go into the quiet and the stillness of the void, the cosmic womb, the in-between the past and the future, that's where all the miracles are born of, is in the timelessness. We have to step out of linear time and the way we think forward and backward in time and busyness into the stillness, and that helps create in a way that just brings you into present time and the beauty of it all. So pay attention to your cycles and do your best to be present, and everything will resolve that you need to resolve, and new things will come in that are your blessings as you focus more and more on love. Okay, we got 2 more goddesses, which is pretty cool. We've got 4 in the reading so far. We've got some pretty good cards here. The other action is High Priestess, which really relates. This is Isis, the Egyptian mother of birth and regeneration, death, regeneration, fertility. She's a mother goddess that was very benevolent, is very benevolent, and the High Priestess in our deck. And she is here telling us, trust your intuition and go into deep inner spaces where you get out of your linear reality. Go into ceremony, go into prayer, go into that lunar inner subconscious meditative space to feed your reality on earth, to feed all of your soul self, and how you are aware on a higher level of being the dreamer in your life, of creating from a deep and sacred space. Pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your meditations, do ritual and prayer, bless all that you're creating every day. Give gratitude for what you're creating every day. And you'll awaken the magic within yourself of being the conduit from heaven to earth. That was the theme I came in with the words that came, with the cards. So call upon Isis to help you bring in that higher wisdom and action, bringing in both solar and lunar energy. This is very lunar. So there's a lot of about the light from the hidden worlds or from the nighttime. So trust in the mystery and participate in it through your intention, through your quiet times, and through how you focus into your physical reality through ritual and ceremony. It can be as simple as giving a prayer and a blessing every day. That has great magic. No matter what you're doing, focus through that connection to the divine, that it's within every person, within every event, there's beauty and divinity. All right, the other card is Bridget. She's our alchemy card, which is also the art card in the Thoth deck, the Crowley deck. So she is all about taking the mystery and the magic and creating an alchemical experience, meaning alchemy is like taking lead, adding an element to it to create gold. So taking a challenging situation, putting the magic of love and care and desire into it, and it creates a third thing that is even better than anything you could have imagined. So this is about creativity. This is about focus and intention. This is about magic and transformation, let's say, of our world, our reality. Here we see a linear reality. We see war, we see economic distress, we see blah, blah, blah that we get concerned about. We get that fear card going. And yet when we add our creativity and solution finding, going, oh, what is possible? And we show up and we add ritual to it, we know that cycles will shift, is that we cultivate that creative piece that creates new life and a third thing that's even more amazing than what we could have created before. So pay attention to how you show up and bring your creativity into this world, into your personal life, and how that absolutely supports the bigger collective into greater consciousness, greater love and cooperation, that we're creating a new world as we just do our own thing of love and creative selves. All right, so for the month of May, what do we need to know about the outcome? If we engage at these levels, we work with the fire, transmutation, raising our frequency, connecting to our spiritual essence, clearing fear, connecting to our heart's desires, nurturing our lives, and then working with the higher consciousness, bringing it into this world through our creativity, through our art. So right at the center is an interesting card. It's a physical card, Earth card, the Four of Earth boundaries. So, what an interesting card. Like, what does that mean? Okay, well, you're going to have greater clarity of who you are. First of all, what do you need? What do you want and desire? Greater clarity of who you are without fear. Knowing that the weeds are out of your garden because you've dropped the fear within your own being. That you attract more clearly a vibrational match to your heart's desires. And that the things that are criticism, that are chaos, that are conflict, they're not going to come into your life. Or they're not going to come in where you are triggered because you've done your work and you've got a clear reality in your physical reality that's connected to your higher self, so that you can live and work in this world with greater harmony and flow. So pay attention. This is an interesting way these rams came in. They're very protective energy. And you want to have that sense that you can move through this reality with good energy that's not getting tripped up all the time in the good and the bad, the duality. So there's some harmony and foundation. This is a 4. So it brings in a foundation where your fences are mended and you don't have things coming in that you don't want in your reality. So let's do our work and clear away the patterns that keep us separate from our divinity and that keep us in the duality that creates conflict. Let's do our work, and we're going to see greater harmony in how we respect ourselves and create our reality through spirit coming to earth. That's my read on it at this time. That's a heaven and earth card to me, too. All right. The other card we have coming in is, as we come through this month and we clear the fear, we're going to come to higher mind. Again, another Aquarian card. Our Aquarian age is coming more and more into our physical reality, no matter how crazy it looks out there from what the news says. Do not pay attention to the news. And, let your heart find the way. The news we think we need to pay attention to. Pay attention to your higher guidance. This is a visionary card. We are bringing in more vision for a new way of being, more energy. She has an egg in her hand. She is the visionary crone eagle woman. Wisdom of the mind, wisdom of higher mind, wisdom to see from the eyes of spirit above our earthly reality that can be limited in the way that we can see and perceive. The medicine of eagle comes in with this to take us to higher understandings with an egg for new life. Potentiation, possibility. We are moving along the path of becoming more wise and awake. So let's trust that is our outcome for the month, is that we are making progress and being able to work with our mental aspects of ourselves in a more spiritual, higher mind, visionary way. All right. We have Mother of Earth, birth. With that, again, new life. Life, flourishing life. That mothering, caring energy that is fertility. So, whoop, that sounds loud. Sorry. Phone making noises. All right. Mother birth, she's going to bring new life. We've got boundaries, greater harmony, and vision coming in through this month. So I want you to honor that, work with these energies best as possible. I know that this month is giving us a lot of promise. So let's work to stay here, to heal this that's been limiting and born a difficulty, and be magical, be creative, and know that we're being given a lot with the energies, the support of the angels, and our higher guides. And our soul's journey is to be one of a new and expanded version of ourselves that is born of love. So happy May. Katherine Skaggs, Mythical Goddess Tarot. Saint Germain, saying hello. Lots of love to you.